Welcome to another video on Tutorials Point with me, Richa. Well, today under the customer service module, we will talk about the chapter which is known as coping with challenging customers. Well, if you get a customer who is challenging, it can be very frustrating. But fear not, in this particular chapter, we will talk about in detail techniques and certain strategies to use with regards to these kind of customers. So let's get started. Well, on the agenda today, we will discuss who are challenging customers, why are customers challenging, are you creating challenging customers, characteristics of challenging customers, how to really respect a challenging customer, understanding the power, positive power of empathy, what to do when you are wrong, 6 ways to cope with an upset or a challenged customer, payoffs of coping with challenging customers. Well, that's a lot in the agenda today, so let's look at this. Well, friends, who are exactly challenging customers? A customer who is really angry, agitated and frustrated, and these kind of customers are not easy to deal with, right? So it is challenging to effectively help someone who's upset, and unpleasant interaction can throw you off your game for hours onwards. You might feel like you have to build up an emotional armor to keep yourself from being hurt, and you even might resent such kind of customers later on in life. So as I mentioned before, they are not an easy breed to be around with. Who exactly are challenging customers? Let's take a look at that. There are certain customers who are called as the demanding customer. They will demand and demand and demand from you. Their request and demand never really stops, and that can really be frustrating. A confused customer is really confused about the product or the processes or the service. He has no idea, and that's why he's a confused customer. A vague customer is a customer who doesn't have enough details about some things, and that's why he's probably a little vague or ambiguous about something. The other kind of customers are the unresponsive customer, who is the kind of customer who may go from chatty to completely silent within a couple of minutes itself. So 1 minute he's talking really a lot, and the second moment he becomes absolutely quiet. The complaining customer is a customer who is always complaining, always having some kind of a negative thing to say. The impatient customer, well friends, as the name suggests, these are the kind of customers who have zero patience, and they will really make you pull out your hair because they want something really soon. They say it and they want it. They are that impatient. Well, let's understand, why are customers challenging? Are they born like that, or do certain circumstances make them like that? Let's take a look. There are various reasons. Your product or service isn't always what is specifically upsetting to them. It could be one of them, but it is not the main reason why it is upsetting for them. Second is that the angry customers could be under a lot of stress, or they're having a lot of problems or troubles with their family, or probably something else altogether. So they're angry on something else, not really on your product or service. Well, the third option is, or the third reason is, perhaps your product or service failed them at the wrong time when they were already having some other set of problems, and that kind of probably must have triggered it off again. The fourth one is, your company has become an easy target and an outlet for them to vent out their frustration, and that could be another reason. The last reason is that they don't know anything about you and you don't understand their entire situation. So it's both the ways. They don't know you and you don't understand the situation, because of which they become very challenging. Friends, let's understand, are you consciously or subconsciously attracting these kind of customers to you? Let's look at that. You or someone else in your organization might have promised him something, and that did not really happen, because of which they are really angry and irritated. Customer was given a very smart or a flip reply by one of your colleagues, which can make them, or which could have made them challenging. Customer's integrity or honesty has been questioned, and that could be another reason why a customer has become a challenging customer. You or someone in your organization might have argued with him, and customer doesn't feel that he was listened to. So friends, you do not really understand at times, you might have really made a customer get challenged because of such situations. Let's understand the characteristics of these kind of challenging customers. Who are they really? So the bully is the customer who always is a bullying kind of a person. He'll put you down and he'll make sure that he's really making it a hard time for you. The second one is Mr. Know-it-all. They know everything. They have all the information and all of the knowledge. So they look like they are the perfect ones and they know it all. The third one is the habitual complainer, which means that they can go on complaining all the time and that becomes a habit for them. The fourth one is a madam with no boundaries, and that is what they have bought onto themselves by saying that they want everything and there is no limit to it at all. The fifth one is the indecisive customer who's probably taking a difficult time or a longer time to make decisions in life. The sixth is the impatient customer. Again, these are all characteristics of a different kind of challenging customer. Now, everybody wants respect, whether they are a challenging customer or a normal customer. So hence it becomes very essential that you respect them, give them an easy access, don't make them go round and round the circle, help them out by giving them easy access, respond promptly to them. Keep your promises. If you promise something, do make sure that you keep it. Acknowledge your mistakes. There is nothing wrong in saying I am sorry or I apologize. Like that, you give respect to these kind of customers. Well, understanding the positive power of empathy. What exactly is empathy? Empathy is putting yourself into the shoes of your customer, thinking and feeling from their point of view. Now, empathy is different from sympathy. Sympathy means wherein you're really, trying to feel the sadness and everything and trying to make sure that you're feeling someone's pain or, things like that. Rather, it's better that you show empathy and not sympathy. Nobody likes sympathy, but people like empathy. So what to do when you are wrong? And it's absolutely all right. If you are wrong, just accept it and go ahead with that. Recognize that you are wrong. Don't try to shift the blame or pass the blame to somebody else. Say something sooner rather than later. If you have made a mistake, please apologize that time rather than waiting for 1 week, after which the apology has no meaning altogether. Well, let's understand that there are 6 ways in which you can cope with a customer who is really upset. Begin with a positive attitude. Let the customer talk and vent it out. Be empathetic to the customer. Demonstrate that you understand and try to tell the customer that you really understood what they are saying. Begin active problem solving. Don't just sit and look at the problem. Actively get involved in finding a solution. Mutually agree on the solution to the problems which has made them an upset customer. Well, friends, let's understand what are the payoffs of coping with a challenging customer. As I mentioned before, these kind of customers are not easy. However, there are benefits if you treat them well. Let's look at these benefits. Creation of a customer-focused culture. So definitely your culture will become more customer-friendly. Operating cost definitely reduces because of which. Customer acquisition cost reduction, because you will have less money to spend in order to acquire more customers. Reduction of brand and market damage, because you're already doing everything so well that you needn't spend on the marketing and everything. Increase customer loyalty and increase sales and profitability. By doing all of this, definitely it's something which will benefit your organization by handling these upset customers. Well, friends, that brings us to an end of this particular module on how to really cope with a challenging customer. Hope you've enjoyed listening and learnt a lot in this particular module. Keep watching. Thank you.
Tutorialspoint.com. Simply easy learning.